Okay, so Angelo Seminara, I'm so happy to actually have a conversation with you finally live in person. It's been so long that
I
we've
know.
connected, and I'm so happy to chat with you today.
Me too.
Yeah. So last night's show was really spectacular. It was really fantastic, and what I loved was the way you were so your work is has a simplistic way, but yet it's avant-garde. It's kind of a combination of two. Where do you get your inspiration? Like, where does this kind of idea start for you?
I think, at the base of everything, I'm a very curious person. I need to know. I prefer to know than not know. And I need to constantly, feed myself with like informations, research. I can't stay still. My brain is just like crazy sometimes. I can't deal with myself a lot
Yeah.
more often. So, I would get very depressed if I don't have things or projects or things to do. I can't deal with that.
Yeah,
And
you're a
that's
true
prob
artist.
yeah, I don't know, it's weird, really weird. If I have days, even if I go on holiday sometimes, I remember once I went with a friend in Cuba, and we had the most beautiful beach, white sand, blue sea, blue sky. It was a paradise,
Mm-hmm.
best beach in the world.
Hmm.
I left.
Oh yeah, too
Yeah,
boring for you.
yeah. After like few hours, I'm like, okay, what should we
Yeah.
do now? I
Yeah.
just it just was like this monotone thing for too long. It was just driving me crazy.
Right.
So I left everything, even my bag. I just ran away, and I went back to Havana or the other place. Like all just where there's music, people, art, culture.
Yes.
I need that.
Yes.
You
So
know.
you're always seeing and capturing things in
Yeah.
your mind and taking that and using that as
Yes.
your inspiration.
I'm part of this world, and I like people. I like animals. I love animals. I have a great respect for nature. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
I hug trees sometimes
Hmm.
for like half an
I
hour.
do too. I'm a tree hugger.
Really?
Absolutely. I'm all
No.
about nature.
Are you
Nature,
are you joking?
animals. No, I'm serious.
How long
Absolutely.
you hug the tree for?
I'm like probably 30 years no meat. I'm a very like clean living person, and I love animals. I know we don't have to talk about that,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
but yeah, I'm very much into nature too. But nature gives us so much inspiration.
Yes. When I say nature, for me, it's not trees. It's just the world.
Hmm.
Just anything that kind of is on this planet. Like. So the question was, though, you asked me
Where do you get your inspiration?
exactly. So by being the way I'm, I am, I just think I'm very curious, and the curiosity brings to places, like where you normally don't go.
Hmm.
It's not really a comfort zone. I like a bit of danger. I like a bit of, sometimes I need something, all the time.
Yes, yes.
And that makes me curious, and that makes me become like a sponge.
Hmm.
So then what do? You just collect stuff, and you store them somewhere up here, and they're there when you need them. And no one knows.
Right.
No one can see them.
So you have a mental reference library. You don't keep like an actual physical one, like
No, I
some kind
don't
of
remember.
desktop
I
ideas
can't
or.
remember names.
Hmm.
I don't record names.
Hmm.
I'm very visual. I like, I take picture constantly. I'm filming.
Hmm.
In
Hmm.
fact, they say that our brain is a recording machine since
Hmm.
the day one.
Hmm. Well, it's
That's
just
what,
a matter of recalling it, right? We may be able to record it, but sometimes we can't recall it.
because you don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But that's so. What's happened then? So when you have all this storage and this stuff stored in your head, which it could be like art, fashion, textile, economics, could be.
Sure.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
You just filter all of this, and what it does, the inspiration becomes the fruit of your imagination.
Hmm.
So your imagination is producing these fruits, and the fruit is the product, is the idea,
Hmm.
the originality.
Hmm.
Because something that is not original is not original. So I prefer original.
And you're very original. I mean, the things that you come up with, you really literally have not seen in the industry before, and that's the tough part, right? Like, how do you create something new that's not already been done, and you really come up with these
Yeah.
unique concepts.
Yeah, I remember once working with Vivienne Westwood, and I was doing her fashion shows in London,
Mm-hmm.
and great woman, great hero, like incredible
Mm-hmm.
queen of fashion, like
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. And she really inspired me on the show because I said, "Sorry, where is the makeup artist here?" And she went, "There isn't. We don't have one."
Oh yeah.
She looked so cool and humble about it,
Yeah, yeah.
and I said, "Really? Okay." And she said, "I'll show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna give some makeups to the models, and we're gonna tell the models to like have fun with the makeup, so they can do whatever they want and not conventional.
Mm-hmm.
Just go crazy. They
Mm-hmm.
can make their mouth big, or they
Mm-hmm.
can." And when then I looked at the whole show, I said, "This is really incredible."
She
Well,
let it flow, like just let it happen.
yeah, it's called spontaneity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There is nothing better than spontaneity. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I did the hair yesterday that was white.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen the very blonde one that was moving like a
Yes.
little cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So that look, the idea of that is to create something that is kind of in contrast and make it look almost like you have long hair, but also you have a short haircut internally.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like a boyish, kind of like really hardcore little haircut
Mm-hmm.
with some softness and some maybe Art Deco shapes in the front, based
Mm-hmm.
on one of my favorite artists. It's called Erte.
I love her. Hey.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have collect his books,
Oh yeah.
which is very
Yeah.
difficult to find them.
Okay.
So I have Erte books. He was an illustrator. He was, what he
Mm-hmm.
did.
Mm-hmm.
So he was. So you see, he's connecting Erte
Mm-hmm.
with like
With something modern and
and
futuristic
something
and flowing.
preraphelite maybe, and,
Right.
and that's how you kind of like it's like cooking. You put garlic, olive oil, and soya maybe. But
Mm-hmm.
that's not Italian anymore because
All
we
right.
don't use soya. We use maybe, I don't know, colatura, the
Right.
alici.
This is your hair recipe.
Yeah. So doing hair is about it's very similar to cooking actually. Very, very similar, but in a very different way, of course.
Well, you're still using products and you're
Yeah.
making textures and you're looking
Yes.
for outcomes.
Yes. There is two ways, of course, of doing hair, and we can do hair. Actually, there's maybe even three or four now ways. One, it can be just totally digital, like we can see now, the AI, but that's nothing to be proud about because that's just a computer generated image.
Right.
Then you have mannequins on exhibitions, window displays
Mm-hmm.
that represents and features stuff like, from the past or even for the future. Then you have clients in the salon, which is everyone's bread and butter, and that's the reality and the most satisfying it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you make a client look and feel amazing, there's nothing, there's no awards, there's nothing more rewarding for a hairdresser.
Yes.
Because I've seen people in tears in front of my mirror,
Mm-hmm.
like
And then it
saying,
puts you in
yeah,
tears.
huh?
And then you're moved by it as well.
No, I just had another client. I need to hurry up. I said, okay, go. You have a queue system, in
Yeah.
the salon.
But
So
I mean, it's part of the passion of what we do, how
yeah.
we can make people
And
feel
then there
feel
is
good.
another one, and it's the models. So people confuses clients,
Mm-hmm.
models.
Mm-hmm.
With a model, you're creating a dream.
Mm-hmm.
With the clients, you're creating a reality.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the difference. So
Mm-hmm.
these four aspects that
Mm-hmm.
needs to be
The way that you would approach
put it
hair.
into.
Yes.
And when you understand this, you complete yourself as a hairdresser because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Then of course we have actors,
Right.
for
That's
movies.
another level. Yes.
That's another level. Then we have celebrities, but they're still to me in the dream
Mm-hmm.
version. So you have a dream and a reality.